Okay, so it's Cat Stanley Space Demon coming at you again. And you know, lead guitarist Bruce Kulick had originally joined Kiss in 1984, playing on 2 tracks from the band's album Animalize. He played on the songs Lonely is the Hunter and Murder in High Heels. He would join the band for the subsequent tour following the departure of guitarist Mark St. John, who had been diagnosed with severe reactive arthritis and was unable to play guitar on that tour. Now, the Kulick family had a history with the band Kiss, going all the way back to the band's early days. Bruce's older brother Bob had auditioned for the band back in 1972 and had almost won the job, but lost out to original lead guitarist Ace Frehley because Ace's image was more suited to what the band were looking for. Bob Kulick may have been a bit too short and a bit too bald, but Bob would go on to do some ghost guitar work on the band's albums Alive 2, Killers, and Creatures of the Night. Now, Bruce Kulick did end up joining the band following that Animalized tour and would remain the group's full-time lead guitarist until the original lineup reunited in 1996 with original members Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss. But at the dawn of the 1990s, during the second half of Bruce Kulick's decade with the band, Kiss began to re-embrace its roots. They had set aside a lot of the songs the bands had recorded during their non-makeup era in the 1980s in favor of embracing its roots. They started to incorporate more of the classic 1970s era songs into their live set lists. The songs that had been made popular by that original lineup. Even during that non-makeup era, they started playing a lot of those old songs because they knew that was what the fans wanted to hear. Now, one of those early songs, a track called Parasite from the band's 1974 second album, Hotter Than Hell, which would eventually find its way into the band's set list. Parasite was written by the group's original lead guitarist, Ace Frehley, and was sung by Gene Simmons. It would become a staple of the band's shows leading up to guitarist Kulick's and drummer Eric Singer's departures from the band to make way for that original lineup reunion in 1996. Now, Kulick and Frehley had their own unique styles, and it seems they had 2 very different ways of performing Ace's song Parasite, and Ace would find this out in 1998 following the recording of the band's album Psycho Circus and preparation for the subsequent tour in support of that album. On the Psycho Circus tour, we were thinking of doing Parasite. Frehley would say in 2003, I broke into it at sound check. I don't play it like Bruce Kulick played it, which is very precise. I play it sloppy. That's the way I wrote it. I forgot that Kiss were doing Parasite with Bruce. Paul said, you're not playing it right. And I go, bullshit! I wrote the effing song. He said, no, you have to play it more staccato. And I go, no, that's not the way I wrote the effing song. Listen to the record. And as it turns out, they would not end up doing Parasite on that Psycho Circus tour. Perhaps for those very reasons, Paul and Ace couldn't get on the same page with regards of how to perform the song, either the original way, the sloppy Ace Frehley way, or the more precise, more polished Bruce Kulick way, the way the band had been performing it in the early 90s with that non-makeup lineup of Eric Singer, and Bruce Kulick. Now, the band wouldn't end up incorporating Parasite into the set list again until 2004, after guitarist Tommy Thayer had replaced Ace Frehley. So ironically enough, Ace didn't even get to play his own song Parasite while he was with the band during that tenure, the reunion tenure from 1996 through the farewell tour. We didn't end up playing it again until the new guitarist Tommy Thayer came in, played Ace's song. But that's the video. Thought you guys might dug it. As always, want to hear your comments with regards to the topic discussed hitherto. As always, we'll see you next time.
Who's here?